Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be talking about 10 things that I don't miss at all about Jamaica. So this continues the previous series, which started 10 differences between Canada and Jamaica. So I have 10 things that I don't miss at all about Jamaica, and then next I'll have 10 things that I miss about Jamaica. And it is from the series 10 things I hate about Canada and 10 things I love about Canada. So before I begin officially, I know that the previous series persons are like, where is Zaya? How you can video? And Zaya is not there. So Zaya is here. She's sleeping. Alright, let me give you a nice little shot of her little face. Can I look at face? Yeah, she's sleeping. Yeah. So she's sleeping, so we're just going to go right into it before she wakes up, because she's like a ticking time bomb. Alright, so you know, I wrote it down, so if I'm looking, it's because I'm looking in the book. Okay, so there are things I love Jamaica, oh my gosh, but there are some things I don't miss at all about Jamaica. So let's start. One, long lines. Listen, when I came to Canada and I was in the line for like 5 minutes, when I came to the cashier, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you were waiting so long. You see, when you call on the phone and you're on the phone for like 2 minutes, they answer and they're like, were you waiting for long? We're so sorry, everything, right? So when I'm in the bank in Canada and it take me like all 10 minutes to get through, right? And when we go up there, be apologies. Oh, I'm so sorry for the long wait. And people they behind me talking, I've been here for 10 minutes now. Why is this taking so long? I'm like, when you're in Jamaica, bank day is a thing. Because you know, say your entire day go burn up at the bank, because you're going to be in the bank for half a day, whole day business, right? Don't even start about KFC line, because KFC line is an abomination. You understand? So like long lines is not a thing up here, except, you know, with COVID now when everybody, but like in normal life, long lines is not a thing, and I don't miss that none at all about Jamaica. Two, packed buses and late buses. Oh no, from the first video, the 10 things I love about Canada is just the bus system, right? Jamaica, alright, so in Jamaica I lived in a very rural town called Mavis Bank, and packed buses, like packed sardine buses was a thing, late buses was a thing. I remember waiting for buses at Papine for hours upon hours, all 3 hours good waiting for a bus. The bus come, it pack already from you don't know where, you have to wait on the other bus. Sometimes daddy would have to come down from the hill for us. That was how bad it was. So when I came to Canada, not packed buses and not late buses was a breath of fresh air, and I don't miss it. And I mean, Portmore buses, the Portmore bus system there, terrible. Yeah, what do I know about Portmore bus system? Well, this is what I know about Portmore bus system, right? And then Papine, everybody who got through Papine know the stress of Papine, and I won't even elaborate. It's very stressful, so I don't miss that. 3, shouting over people in wholesale. Alright, you see, in Jamaica, when you go to the wholesale, you cannot go and talk in standard English. You cannot go with your uptowny, excuse me, how can I? No, you have to drop all of that and be like, hey, you know, sell a long time there. More sale, so how much for that? $50? No, that's too expensive. Come, I'm $40. Them kind of negotiation there, right? So it's like, I don't miss it none at all. It was fun, very fun, but I don't miss it at all, because it's like when you're going on wholesale, you have to be the biggest and the baddest to get through, or you'll be there all, excuse me, and nobody will be paying you any mind, so I don't miss that. 4, the Wi-Fi. Alright, So yeah, so where I lived in Jamaica, Wi-Fi was really, it was very spotty. um but you see, when you come down to the town, right, anywhere you go, you don't get free Wi-Fi. You have to either buy something and then you get the password code, or every Wi-Fi you happen upon locked, right? There's no free Wi-Fi per se, right, in Jamaica. No, when you come up here, Wi-Fi, like, you don't need to put on, like, you need to put on service for like calls, right? But for Wi-Fi, you go anywhere and get free Wi-Fi. You sign into their Wi-Fi. You don't have to beg nobody for the password. You don't have to know nobody will work at the place to get the password. It's just free Wi-Fi. And on the service now that I have, even if my service ends, like I use up all of my data, I still get data but at a reduced speed. So I'm never without Wi-Fi, or I'm never without data, as opposed to like in Jamaica, when your data done, you're done. You're done. You're done. If it done for the big of the road, it done for the big of the road, and you now get no more data until you reach home, probably, or you reach somewhere that if you're a student and you're signing in with your Wi-Fi or whatever, right? So I don't miss that. Plus, in addition to that point, the download speed, like when I can download like a 3 GB thing in 3 seconds, as opposed to knowing that when I'm in Jamaica up at my Mavis Bank, right, and I hit download, the computer has to be left probably for 1 hour, 2 hours downloading something that as big as like a 3 GB. If it's like 300 and something megabytes, which is like a movie, you know, so it's a 23 minutes download that. Plus, if the Wi-Fi drop, then you have to start all over. Like, I don't miss that. I love the easy accessibility to Wi-Fi, and the high download speed. So now, mark my words, I didn't say that I miss like I don't miss not having Wi-Fi, because there is Wi-Fi in Jamaica. It's just not as accessible as it is here. 5, I don't miss the 9 to 5 culture. I find that it's more prevalent in Jamaica, the 9 to 5 culture, as opposed to here, just because there is no 9 to 5 culture. There's a 3 to 11 culture, there's a 9 to 5 culture, there's a all around the clock culture, because like life just doesn't end here, or doesn't stop here. As opposed to Jamaica, you know that when you exit UA, you're going to go to a 9 to 5. You're taught to be like an employee, as opposed to here you're given more options. I believe that just the culture is different. I explained it a lot better more better, sorry about that. I explained it better, the culture, the differences in the culture, in my previous videos, 10 things or 10 differences between Jamaica and Canada. It's just that the culture is very different, and for Jamaica it has a more 9 to 5 culture than it has here, and the 9 to 5 being confined in a business place culture. That is what I'm talking about, as opposed to here. So I don't miss that, because I feel like, having been to Canada, so many more opportunities are open to me than I would have had in Jamaica. And it's not because the opportunities aren't there in Jamaica, it's because my mind wasn't open to the fact that I could exist beyond the 9 to 5 culture, that I could get multiple streams of income. It's just that in Jamaica, unless you aren't exposed to it, you don't really realize how many more opportunities are out there. Taxi drivers and bicycle men. I was driving in Jamaica. Taxi drivers, worst thing. Bicycle men, double worst thing, right? Because there's no road code that they abide by. There's no law when they are, you know, riding and driving, and there's just this lawlessness that they abide by. And it's just like yeah, you're supposed to ride in, what's the lane, the other lane, right? But I usually just ride in the other lane, the fast lane, even though I'm going slow, because trust me, that is the lane that the taxi driver just cut through and just collect somebody. And it's like, I don't miss that. Up here, it's a strict road code, like strict, double strict, pan strict, right? And you just don't have bicycle men zoops in right in front of your car, and you don't have a taxi driver pulling out him and just swoops him across the road like that for pick up somebody, right? So I don't miss the taxi men and the bicycle drivers and the bicycle riders and the havoc that they wreak on the road in the days. None of that. I don't miss the lack of convenience. Alright, let me explain that point here. Firstly, being in Jamaica, in Mavis Bank, in rural Jamaica, where the closest supermarket is probably 45 minutes down the hill, is not comparable to somebody in probably Portmore, where they can just jump on a taxi and go to mall and get whatever they want, right? So there's more convenience in the central area as opposed to where I lived in Jamaica. However, comparing my husband's experience with Canada and, you know, the convenience of Portmore and Kingston, up here is just so much more convenient for everything. Yeah, for groceries they have Instacart that you can literally shop grocery on an app and it gets delivered to your doorstep. You don't need to see nobody, touch nobody, talk to nobody, anything, right? Just like every single thing that you possibly think that you can need, I can buy a SIM card off of the internet, which I already did, as opposed to going to Digicel and offer 2 pieces of identification. It's crazy. I can open a bank account from my phone, get a debit card from my phone, as opposed to when you go try to open a bank account at Scotiabank or NCB, and you know you need police record, you need pieces of identification, you need your brother, your mother, your father, your sister for vouch for you that you're a good person. You need how much in letter, you need all your date of birth, you need like all your hospital certificates, say you did bad in Jamaica, all them something there. You don't need it up here, right? It's so much it's so convenient where I can get paid via a check and I can just scan the check with my phone and the money gets uploaded to my account and the check is no longer valid. So those type of things and those type of conveniences are stuff that just aren't available in Jamaica when I was there. Might be available now, I don't know, right? So I don't miss the lack of convenience. Customer service. What customer service in Jamaica? Customer service exists in Jamaica? I don't know. Customer service just I have had so many bad experiences with customer service in Jamaica. It's crazy. Up here, it's not that everybody is perfect, because I've had the worst customer service with TD Bank. That's another story. TD Bank is the worst customer service ever. But I've had, like, the customer service up here is like a breath of fresh air. And the breathe a breath of fresh air when I talk about in the video, you're wondering if I've never breathed fresh air before, right? But the customer service up here is first class compared to what you'd get in Jamaica. And it's not like, you know, you're beating down Jamaica or whatever, but truth is truth, right? Customer service in Jamaica sucks and it's not the best. It could be better. Not every company subscribes by bad customer service, but if you're judging, right, you have more bad customer service than you have good in Jamaica. But there is good customer service in some places, but just not enough for it to be something that I'd miss. 9, bad roads and roadblocks. So yeah, I come from the country area, so as the rain start falls, so you know, say the road like a block. So like I remember in primary school, when every rain fall, you'd hear over the intercom, Shantae Grants, Shoige Grants, Sasha Grants, please report to the principal's office. That's my name, my sister's name, and my other sister's name, right? Because we had to leave school early because road did go block, right? But for those who can't relate to the roadblocks, so talking about the bad roads. Now I know that Jamaica is on this road spree and getting all of the roads together and better and everything, right? So that's really good. But But there are some roads in Jamaica that are terrible, very bad. Like, okay, right now the Gardertown road break off, so they have to go on another road. What the road name again? I don't remember the road that they need to go. Maybe I'll put it down here when I remember it, when I'm editing, right? And every day another truck turnover, another bus turnover. Every day somebody meet one accident, something. There are some roads that should not be drivable. Like there's this road that Brian and I found recently, because we do these road trips that end nowhere, and we just drive. And one of the roads say enter at your own risk, right? I think every road in Jamaica should write enter at your own risk, because the roads them just really bad, some of them. But there are some nice smooth road in Jamaica. But overall, I've never met a bad road here. I've met an unpaved road here, but not bad. Not like you're going on the bus like right? I can't get to that spirit the way the road, but I have, you know, you rock your son. You know, you have them something there, right? Yeah, that's a Jamaica. And the 10th thing that I don't miss none at all, and this one is kinda tricky, but I'll still say yeah. So the personal security. So based on where I lived in Mavis Bank, it wasn't very crime central, but I have been robbed in Jamaica before. Yeah, and it was definitely not a good experience. My other sister was robbed in Jamaica. My other sister almost got kidnapped. I have a cousin that was kidnapped. I know friends who had other persons who got shot. I know so many stabbings, killings happening in Jamaica. It's very sensationalized on the news, so it's not as bad as, but I feel like the threat to personal safety in Jamaica is more so than the threat to personal safety in Canada. So now there are some things that I've experienced in Canada that I did not experience in Jamaica. So I've been hacked in Canada. I've been hacked in Canada as a victim of fraud probably twice. Victim of fraud probably twice. I've been conned in Canada. So these are like threat to personal safety in Jamaica, and then you have like financial threat here, and just like some white collar crimes here, right? So I don't miss that threat to personal safety, the fact that you know that when you're walking through half a tree, you have to hold your hand a little bit closer to your body. You can't necessarily walk with phone in the back of your pocket. Like those things that you keep to the forefront of your mind when you're in Jamaica. You can't necessarily walk with just a backpack like that, because oh yeah, I've been robbed twice. Like I remember one time at Crossroad, I was walking with a backpack. When I turned around my backpack, the zip was sliced open, not the zip, like the bag was sliced open, and my phone just gone, right? Like gone. This other time I was standing at the Prime Minister's office talking on my phone. This man just come, take my phone, just grab it out of my hand, jump on another bike man back, and just gone, right? So there are, I won't say that Canada is crimeless, and especially there are like a lot of racial issues coming up, especially with Black Lives Matter, and just the fact that you have to worry about, will I get this job if they know that I'm black? Like, should I turn on my Zoom so that they see that I'm black? Should I, you know, like you're thinking about that, as opposed to in Jamaica you never think about that. But I feel like the comfort that you'd have if your personal safety wasn't threatened. Like, I don't miss that thinking, that double thinking, that, you know, I can't use my phone. Like, I want to call somebody, but I'm not safe where I'm at to call my phone because I might get robbed or whatever, right? Yeah. Wow, that was a heavy note. Not true? Oh. So yeah, I don't miss that at all. But trust me, like the fraud something up here, that no nice, none at all. See the bank, no, that the fraud thing there, no nice. And I think I did a video about this one time when I bought something and got like a totally different thing. So that was like what was that? A scam. Yeah, I got scammed too. But yeah, so those are the 10 things that I don't miss about Jamaica, none at all. And then in the next video, I'll be talking about the 10 things that I do miss about Jamaica. And she just turned a while ago. She's like, okay, you're talking too much. Alright, so see you soon. Remember to like, share, and if you feel led, subscribe. Thank you, bye.